All right, guys, what's good? It's your boy Keeper Buck back at it again. Other known as Anthony. You know, if you feel me, I took a hiatus for a minute. I didn't wasn't sure if I really wanted to continue the YouTube saga, but I'm gonna push forward. I'm gonna do it anyway. But today we got a video of Jeffrey Epstein. Now this shit's been in fucking crazy, bro. And like I've been saying for the longest, whoever's implicated, man, put them away. I don't care who it is, left or right, put their ass away for a long time, for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? Shit, I wouldn't go to the extreme of saying like kill them or anything. We don't want any deaths, but I'm not opposed to the death sentence. You feel me? So, I mean, it is what it is. So, but we're gonna get into it. This is one of the first of many videos I'll be looking at as far as like this goes, because I'm very interested in how everything unfolds. For sure, I do want to see who they hold accountable for, who they hold accountable to, and in my opinion, I think in many other instances, like it's already happened, where people just walk scot-free. I don't think anything is going to come out of this. I don't think any charges for anybody was going to come out of this. I'll be very surprised if they do. But it's too many big names. It's too many people with power who are behind the scenes orchestrating, moves to get off scot-free. So, like I say, today they just literally had the deposition of Max Glenwell. So, and she pled the fifth. She pled the fifth on every question they asked her, and she's not answering anything unless she has that agreement with Trump, where he's going to pardon her if she decides to cooperate. So that's really the reason why I think ain't nothing gonna happen out of this. Even though they have evidence like crazy, they just want to slam dunk, to be honest. Because they're going, like I said, they're going after really big names. So we don't get into it. I ain't gonna hold you guys up too long. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? And let's go.
Isn't it true that you kept a calendar or schedule? Okay, check.
Turn off the video record at 1:05 p.m.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
Objection, harassing, argumentative. Are you kidding?
Hey, I love it. I love it when lawyers push the questions. Don't be asking these soft ass questions. Make them answer until they do like Maxwell and just plead the fifth. But make them answer the question. Don't back down from these hard ass questions. I mean, these people are politicians. They're trained, or they're in environments where they avoid questions like crazy, and that shit be pissing me off. Whether it's the right or left, like answer the fucking question that they're putting towards you instead of going around. You know what I mean? So.
No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
Move to strike.
No, that's the question.
I'd like to answer that question as well, like all your other questions today. However, I have to follow my attorney's advice. They have told me that I must invoke my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment right to not answer those questions today, or any questions relevant to this lawsuit.
What was the name of any of the underage minors that were the subject of the criminal charges to which you pled guilty?
I don't know.
So tell me about those.
You know what the crazy part about this is? He knows. So just recently, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, they hinted at the fact that a lot of the kids that were going missing were being sold on, you know, websites and everything. And a lot of the websites that were being sold on was listed as furniture, but it had the first name of the kid, and then the type of furniture that they were being sold as. And the reason why people correlated the two, because they were being sold at an astronomical price for what furniture is regularly sold at. So you had cabinets that are being sold at like 8,000. You had couches being sold at 10,000 and all this stuff too. So people just happen to put two and two together and like they selling kids like out in the open. So it's crazy.
Charges. What were the allegations of those charges?
Form.
Solicitation of prostitution.
Okay.
Not underage prostitution, prostitution.
Were the victims or the prostitutes, as you would say, were they minors?
Form.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution.
Okay, so tell me what those cases were about. What happened?
I
Form
have no
again.
more. I can't tell you any more than that.
You don't know what you pled guilty to?
I just
I'm
told you.
going to object to
Sorry.
form. That's asked and answered.
But just because you pled guilty doesn't mean the other statement is true or not. You're not answering the question. You're literally just saying you pled guilty to solicitation. Well, if you suppose guilty to solicitation, then he's asking, okay, if you did that, then were one of the victims or were somebody in that pleading underage? Simple.
Do you know what you pled guilty to? The facts.
Solicitation of prostitution.
I understand that's the charge.
Right.
What were the underlying facts?
Sorry.
What'd you do? Did you pull up in a car, talk to the person? Did they come over to your house? How'd you get them? Those kind of things. Tell the jury what were the underlying facts about the charge that you pled guilty to.
Form. Move to strike.
I don't know.
You don't know what you pled guilty to.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution. Not underage prostitution, but prostitution.
And just so the jury understands, these three females that were the subject of the guilty pleas in state court were procured by your method of having underage minor females locate other underage minor females and bring them to your house. Isn't that correct?
Objection. Argumentative. Compound. Harassing.
And you know what the crazy part about it is? Before this became like really, really big, I remember when he was alive. I remember when they did that document where they were talking about the villa or the house that he owned on like a street. I think it was in like LA or something like that. I don't remember all the facts. But they had a documentary of him having young girls meet other young girls after they got out of school and would invite them, like the Glenn Maxwell would invite them over to his house multiple times before the assault started. So with the help of other young girls. So she was already coercing young girls to invite more of their friends over, and this how they was getting more and more victims. So there was already a documentary about that, and the fact that nothing was being done. Well, they did do something, obviously. They ended up catching them and throwing them in jail for these charges. But the fact that this continued damn near like fucking down the line, or it's taking so long to even get any type of get further within investigation, besides the list coming out, it's fucking crazy.
Facts, not in
And we've
evidence.
had the list.
I move to
The
strike.
list has
I have to repeat
been
the
within
question.
the government for like
Okay.
years.
Are all people that were at the time you engaged in sex?
And I also don't get the fact that too. Okay, I get why leaders wouldn't want the list to come out. Why people are working behind the scenes to do whatever they can to halt the investigation or like stop everything from being known or stop every stuff from being unredacted. But the crazy part about this is like, bro, if leaders are in these positions and all that stuff, if people being listed, you already compromised. So they're already using. So if you're a leader and you have information on another leader, whether you've been to Epstein Island or not, you can use that against them. They're already compromised. Like how can you do your job, or how can you represent in public interest when you already are being blackmailed or you already have damaging evidence against you. Like you can't lead, you can't do anything because your position is already compromised. Somebody's holding something over you.
Sexual activity with them were underage and were brought by other underage minor females. That's true?
Same objections incorporated. As well as the motion to strike.
I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't even understand the question.
Isn't it true that you used underage minor females to bring other underage minor females to your house for sex?
Asked and answered.
I believe that's what he's talking about.
Way earlier on.
Oh, well, he doesn't understand the question, so I'm
You can
going
answer the
through
question
the
if you understand
progression.
it.
Not a problem.
But it is asked and answered.
As your firm, Mr. Edwards and Mr. Jaffe, has been described by the U.S. Attorney as perpetrating one of the largest frauds in South Florida's history by crafting malicious cases of a sexual nature against people like me and others in order to fleece, using bogus schemes, in the U.S. Attorney's words, and investment schemes. Unfortunately, though, I'd like to answer every one of your questions if I'm able. My attorneys have advised me I must assert my 6th Amendment, 14th Amendment, and 5th Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution. Therefore, at the moment, I cannot answer that question.
Yeah, he playing the same cards as Glenn Maxwell. Well, she's playing the same cards as him. But I mean, we have a U.S. Constitution for a reason. We have laws for a reason. But I believe when you have people that everybody has their due day in court. Everybody has their due process in court, I believe. But when you have overwhelming evidence to back up what is being levied at you, and not overwhelming evidence as in like he say, she say. I'm talking about overwhelming emails, fucking lists, and all this shit, bro. I honestly believe fucking U.S. Constitution should go out the window. You should really try to get to the bottom of this by any means necessary. Not in a sense where you're fucking torturing somebody, but in a sense where you're going after everybody, and you're throwing the book at everybody, like max sentences, no less, no plea deals, no nothing. You just going after everybody because it's like, if we have a constitution and you're gonna do due process, then you need to uphold, especially the most vile acts against kids, against women, sexual allegations and all that stuff. You need to hold that to the highest standard. But you also need to do your due diligence in proving the guilt. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But like the FBI, when the FBI goes after people, they try to, get all their ducks in a row before, because that's the reason why they have a 99% conviction, or in the 90% conviction. But I get that they trying to do that, but at the same time, you can prosecute him off of the evidence that they already have, which I think, given the fact that, if it's true that he killed himself, I'm still not 100% sure, because it is a possibility that he might be alive. Not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but it's a possibility. But given the fact, you could still prosecute, and if he was alive, I believe they would have moved forward prosecuting him. Prosecuting everybody else within those files, within those on that list, or clients or whatever. Go at them. And then I think another variable for reasons why they're not going after them, because it can unfold a lot of other corruption, it can unfold a lot of other fraud, a lot of other misbehaviors and all this stuff. So I think it's a lot of situations other than pedophiles messing with kids. I think it's just it'll probably, in a sense, cripple our government or knock down a pillar in our government, in a sense, because it's probably so many people in higher positions that are indicated. But like I said, go after all of them. Fucking do clean house, whether that be left or right, whether that be the president or not. Clean house. I'm all for it. Clean house, because some of this shit is fucking crazy, bro. No sin is greater than the other. I 100% believe that, but in our eyes, in the human mind, shit, some of this shit is fucking just sick. Like, it's just sick. So, like I say, I'm gonna keep up with this. I might be doing another video today, but for real, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna keep it rolling, and I'm gonna be posting every day from now on, hopefully. But I'm gonna try. But see you guys later. Peace. Have a good day.